Hey, VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly, back to post a quick video here. VC cheered, everyone. Back to post a quick video. Two quick things, actually. Just going to share a really quick concert review. As I mentioned in one of my past videos, saw Iron Maiden and Megadeth a few days ago, so just want to kind of share a couple words about that. And then just one or two new finds, but mainly, again, just kind of what I've been spending over the past week or so, things I've been kind of jamming to. So, playing in the background is this right here, which is Scorpions, Virgin Killer. Obviously one of their classics from way back in the day. What year was this album? 76, actually. And, of course, that's the band cover version right there. But that's playing in the background. So let me kind of touch on the concert review first, because I mean I won't have a lot to say about that. Then I'll kind of show again a couple new finds and what I've been spending. Concert was definitely really cool. I mean, anytime you get a chance to see, Iron Maiden, it's going to be pretty cool. Megadeth opened for him, and I was a little let down by that. I guess just kind of the stage performance and that whole part of being at a live show was absolutely, I mean, I wouldn't say absolutely horrible, but it was nothing to write home about whatsoever. It was more or less just kind of four guys standing on stage playing music. I mean, there was no connection with the audience. There wasn't really a lot of interaction. It was almost boring to a certain degree. I mean, the music, of course, was great. Hearing like Symphony of Destruction live and Peace Sells with Who's Behind Me, all that was very cool, but it just seemed like something was really left out, that Mustaine and them, they really had no connection with the audience whatsoever, and I thought that was kind of like, kind of crappy, especially with the energy of your typical metal concert, But again, it was okay, and it was great to see him and so forth. But you'd also think, if you're going to be a band that's going to do something like open for Iron Maiden or open for a band like Kiss, I think you kind of have to know, you need to kind of bring it, because you know what Kiss and Iron Maiden are going to do when they take the stage. It's going to be just a show that people will never forget, and you don't want to be completely lost in that. I mean, I think. I mean, what do I know? I'm not a rock star in that position. But still, it was cool seeing Mustaine. Iron Maiden, of course, was absolutely great. I was a little worried when they first came out, because I wasn't really aware what the set list was, and the stage set was pretty much Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Dickinson even kind of said that when he came on stage. He was like, they did a couple songs as well as Seventh Son. They did that one. Can I Play with Madness? And then somewhere like 3 or 4 songs into the set, he was like, yeah, you can see we're kind of, doing the Seventh Son thing, but, we're going to mix in some old stuff and some other. And I was like, okay, that's good. So I don't like those album type concerts. It's just something I don't know, especially with a band with a catalog as big as Iron Maiden. So I was pleasantly surprised when they did a few Seventh Son songs, but then after that, they basically went into kind of like a greatest hits type thing. I mean, they did everything from Run to the Hills, Number of the Beast, The Trooper. They did some stuff from Somewhere in Time, like Wasted Years. They even went back to like Iron Maiden and Killers, and he did some stuff which I thought was really cool, where he actually did songs that the band did before he was even in the band. Some new singers kind of get that attitude, David Lee Roth being a great example, where like, I won't do any Hagar stuff, and vice versa, Hagar won't do Roth stuff, and that's just like, that's stupid to me, egos and everything. So it was kind of cool that they went back and did like Running Free and Iron Maiden and a few other songs like that. So it ended up being a really, really great show, because it really was just kind of a mixture of all of their stuff past the present. So that was awesome. And of course the stage show itself, I mean, all the different eddies and everything else that came out, that was just freaking awesome. That was so cool. And the coolest one was probably, I think it's the cover of Seventh Son, where you have the Eddie holding the was it a heart? whatever it is, and like the flame shooting out of the top of his head, and they had a huge eddy like that that came out of the back of the stage and had the flames coming out of his head, and this ghost thing he was holding that was flapping around. It was awesome. I mean, just kind of what I expected from Iron Maiden. So really, really great stuff. And that's also where I picked up a couple of cups. And actually, this will kind of come in later into play too, because this is going to actually be involved in one of my my contest video I'm about to do. I picked up a few knickknacks here and there that I thought these would make great prizes for a contest. So we'll get into that later. So anyway, let me kind of jump into a couple of new finds and what I've been spinning. I mentioned this artist the other day, and this is another piece that I recently got by. I was waiting for in the mail. Jennifer O'Connor. Again, just kind of some. I almost label her a singer-songwriter to a certain modern-day singer-songwriter. But again, it's just an artist that I tapped into from watching Sons of Anarchy, and she had a couple pieces in there. And so this is Here With Me. Yeah, I just got this, and so I'm still not 100% familiar with it. Really good album. I think I showed this one last time, which I was also listening to this week. I think out of these two, this is the better album if you're going to check her out for the first time. But again, really good stuff there. Dexy's Midnight Runner. This is Touré. One I haven't listened to in quite some time. Of course, most people know the song Come On Eileen. That was their biggest hit. But really good stuff here, too. It's a very strange album, especially if you only know Come On Eileen, because there's a lot of stuff here that's very, very R&B-ish in rhythm and so forth, even though he's kind of delivering the way that he does. And then also there's somewhat of a Celtic feel that's kind of incorporated in it. So if you really get a chance to dig into them beyond just Come On Eileen, you'll discover there's a pretty unique band, for sure. I was watching TV last night and Saturday Night Fever came on, and of course, I mean, I was jamming out to that movie. It was hilarious. So it got me in the mood to start, spinning a few other things, and I pulled out Chic here. And of course, this is the one that had probably their biggest hit, which is Freak Out, which is an awesome song. And then, I Want Your Love, Chick Cheer. I mean, there's a lot of really great songs on this album here. And in case a lot of you maybe aren't aware of, because I didn't know it for the longest time, but the song Freak Out was a kind of a story they wrote, I guess, when Club 54 was kind of the big, dance club where everyone wanted to go and be and hang out. I guess they were invited down, but when they got there, they weren't on the list, and it kind of became this big ordeal because they were somewhat big at the time, and they couldn't get in the club. And so Freak Out was actually kind of their, for lack of better terms, protest song against the fact that they weren't let in the Club 54 or Studio 54. So again, just kind of some neat background about that track. This is an album I haven't listened to in quite some time, and when I threw it on a couple days ago, it re-impressed, if I can say that, the hell out of me. And it was Billy Squier's Don't Say No. And the reason I say that is because I think sometimes a lot of artists, especially the ones that were kind of in the guitar rock back in the 80s, there was kind of that moment in time for a lot of them where they had an option of going two different ways. I guess maybe more towards the hard rock side, more towards the softer side. And, Billy Squier, which I think one of the main things that kind of took him towards the other way, away from the hard rock side, was when he did the video to Rock Me Tonight. I think that took a lot of hard rock credibility away from him, even though I love it, but you know how people are. But yeah, when you listen to this album, I mean, this is really as hard rock as just about most things going on at the time. I mean, some very, very heavy guitar riffs, very, very strong vocal delivery, some great pounding rhythms, and again, sometimes we get Billy Squier just labeled into The Stroke or Rock Me Tonight, but if you really dig into this album, like Lonely is the Night, Nobody Knows, Don't Say No, In the Dark, You Know What I Like, some really, really great hard rock songs on this album. So again, if you're not familiar with Billy or kind of only really know his surface stuff, make sure you give this album a chance, because this is a very, very good hard rock album. I've already talked about this one before, the new Washed Out. Had to spin that one again. Never can get enough of them. I definitely got into a Metallica mode too, and again, I've been listening to Injustice for All quite a bit lately, especially the song Blackened. I don't know why that one, as of now, for some reason, has really become like my go-to Metallica song, of course with Master of Puppets, but Blackened has become kind of my new go-to Metallica song for whatever reason. So I've been playing that one quite a bit. Excuse me. Another one I haven't pulled out in quite some time. And this is on, make sure, oh yeah, okay, the Electra Press. Happy Mondays. This is Bummed. Obviously really great artwork there. Very, very cool album. And again, kind of a strange album. I mean, they really had their own style. From back in 1998, kind of a good mixture to me of kind of a new wave and alternative. You could say a little bit of a punk feel, but it was just kind of their own thing. Very, very unique. Maybe in some areas kind of Stone Roses-ish. I mean, really just kind of a big mixture of a lot of different things, but really, really great album. So again, if you haven't heard that one, make sure you check it out. Also threw on Golden Dawn, or The Golden Dawn. This is Power Plant. Kind of the mid-late 60s kind of rock / psychedelic rock. Good combination of the two. The easiest way I could describe this album, if you are a fan of Gloria by Shadows of the Night, this whole album, for lack of a better term, sounds like Gloria redone in a lot of different ways. I mean, that's really what it sounds like to me. It's a Gloria mega remix album. And even on a couple of the songs, I don't remember which ones off the top of my head, like the actual riff is the same as Gloria. So, again, if you like that type of rock, you'll love this album right here. And again, that's the Golden Dawn Power Plant. Little 80s hair metal, the Grim Reaper. Jammed this a little bit the other day. This is Fear No Evil. Gotta love that classic 80s artwork. Little Soothing Mood the other day as well. Put on a little Sade's Lover's Rock. Another album I'm very, very happy to have on vinyl. Very cool. Not as good as Love Deluxe, but still definitely a very good album. And then Shiny Toy Guns. This is one I haven't listened to in quite some time either. Not an incredible album, but definitely a good album. Certainly some of my favorite artwork. I love that cover. But again, just kind of, I don't know, Toy Guns, just kind of that late 90s, early, maybe mid 2000s, kind of that alternative mixed in with dance type feel stuff, which is stuff that I'm very, very iffy on. But again, there was some good tracks on this album, so it was definitely worth the pick up. Hold on, gotta skip there. There we go. So definitely worth the pick up. I think their other album actually is a little bit better, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now, but it's the one that has the song I'll Get Money for That, I think, which is probably my favorite song by them, but still, just kind of what I threw on what I was spinning. I didn't pull out all the Iron Maiden stuff that I've been spinning, because obviously once you get that concert in your head, I mean, I was going through everything, so. A few CDs. Actually, I was playing this last night. Josh Stone. Mind, Body, and Soul. Girl right there. May not think it off the top of your head, but she has a lot of soul, without question. Great album. The songs Right to Be Wrong and, what's the other one? Hey, what is it? There's two really, really, I mean, the whole album is good, but there's two great songs. Oh, Killing Time, I'm sorry. That's what it is. Right to Be Wrong and Killing Time, I think, are the best two off of that album. Slayer. Rain and Blood. Played Angel of Death and Rain on Blood probably 4 times each the other day. But yeah, I really like that song, Angel of Death. That's good stuff. Arguably, probably my 2 most favorite Slayer songs. Also throwing a little Sepultura. This was their newest one from, was it 2012, 2011. So that's also good stuff there. I threw on a little Joe the other day. Again, got in kind of a little bit of a kickback R&B type mood. This is old school Joe with, of course, the song I Want to Know and Treat Her Like a Lady. Probably my 2 favorite songs by him. Another new pickup here, someone I wasn't very familiar with Shauna Burns. That was a nice dollar find I picked up the other day. Really cool artwork on the CD too. Reminds me a lot of Eric Clapton's Pilgrim album. But yeah, again, haven't listened to this all the way through, but the few songs I have heard, you know, it's just kind of, you know, I mean, the cover really kind of sums up what it is. So maybe when I get a better feel for the album, I can talk about it in a little more detail. And last but not least, I threw on a little compilation of the day, Summertime Groove, Hot Sounds for Cool Events. Really good album. I mean, what you're talking about here is a lot of classic R&B stuff like Chain of Fools by Aretha Franklin, Up on the Roof by the Drifters, Tell the Truth, Otis Redding, Ray Charles, What I Say, Mustang Sally, Wilson Pickett, Green Onions, Booker T and the MGs, Sam and Dave, Hold On, Benny King, Spanish Harlem. So again, just a lot of just great classic R&B tracks on there. So that was a really good spin there. So there you go, VC. Like I said, a really quick concert review as well as recent finds and what I've been spinning. One of the cool things about the concert, before I forget, kind of seeing over there, this is one of the T-shirts that I picked up. You know, we kind of see that right there. It's very awesome. And you know, usually you go to a concert and there'll be like, I just thought this was kind of funny, just kind of show the whole coolness of Maiden and all the whole nine. You know, you'll go to buy a T-shirt and there'll be like 5 or 6, 7 T-shirts or whatever, and you're looking at them. And you're like, okay, which one do I want? And what I typically think is, which ones would I actually wear? You know, because some of them are just so stupid with just stuff doing on. You're like, I would never wear that shirt, you know, wherever. So I usually try to look for like the shirt that I would actually wear anywhere on a regular daily basis with no whatever. And so typically there's 1 or 2 of those, and that's, you know, it makes it easy to find. But one of the things that was so funny was that at this Maiden concert, there were probably 12 to 14 different shirts for this tour. And, you know, they all had the different Eddie things going on. And I found it so funny that everybody in line, I mean, I know I saw at least 10 to 12 people just in the line that I was in that were standing there, and they would work their way up, and everyone at the front was like, I don't know which one I want. Go ahead, man. I don't know which one I want. You can go ahead. And it was just like everyone was letting everyone butt in front of them because all of the shirts were so freaking awesome with all these different Eddie things they had going on. You could not make up your mind which one to buy. And I don't know, I just remember kind of thinking, you know, it's like that is Maiden right there. That's what makes the whole concept behind Eddie so freaking cool, because everything they do with him artwork-wise is just, I mean, just forget even the coolness factor of it. It is incredible artwork, the creativity, and you know how they can take that one subject and put it into so many different things. So yeah, it was just really, really funny, I thought. And so I actually bought 2 Iron Maiden T-shirts, and I did not get a Megadeth one because I only said I was going to buy 2 T-shirts. And so I was like, well, I already have 2 Megadeth T-shirts. I may not have the one from this tour, but you know, I can't make up my mind between all these Iron Maiden shirts. And even with the 2 I bought, there were still 2 others that I really wish I would have had as well. So anyway, just want to give some quick props to Eddie. That's my boy. So thanks, VC, and I'll be back probably this afternoon doing an Album of the Week video, as well as also doing my contest. So keep a lookout for that as well. All right, take care, guys and gals.